Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Jenilyn Yon with our national anthem.
And a pleasant hello, everyone. Welcome to Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland for the 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl, pitting the best in the state of Maryland around the Washington, D.C. area against their counterparts in the Baltimore area. I'm Nate Lewis, joined by the head coach of the Annapolis Area Christian School Eagles, the champion Annapolis Area Christian School Eagles, Kenny Lucas. And Kenny, well, this is a crowning achievement for any of these players on either side of the ball. At any rate, no matter who plays well here, they're all going to be all-stars in the end.
Absolutely. You're talking the best of the best in the state of Maryland right now. I think we have a group of young men that's going to show up today. This is sort of the last hurrah, if you will, and they're going to come out and show why they deserve to be here and why they were selected to this All-Star game.
There's a coin flip taking place at midfield. Two teams are out there. Let's go to it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains.
The Baltimore squad will receive, of course, a ceremonial kickoff done by Darrell Hill, who is noted for breaking the color barrier in the ACC in football, Coach. Well, this ought to be a lot of fun for everybody involved, Coach.
Oh, I agree. It's a great afternoon, nice brisk day.
Yeah.
Here in December could be worse. The field is cleared from all the ice and snow that we saw a few hours ago. So I think these young men should have a great opportunity to go out here and show their abilities.
Of course, many of the schools, many of the players out here right now have committed to their respective schools, but there's a few out there who are going to that heralded University of Undecided right now, and certainly, and many of whom have offers on the table as well.
Absolutely. Well, I think these guys are going to all go somewhere and play on Saturdays, and I think we're going to see this area represented very well as we've seen it over the past few years. And I think this game today is going to prove why this Washington metropolitan area has really grown to be what some people refer to as Little Florida now from a recruiting standpoint.
Well, Josh Rivera out of Urbana will be taking care of the kicking duties for the Baltimore squad. And amongst those back to receive, DeAndre Smith out of Wise Well, that's an interesting story himself. 15 minutes up on the board. They're playing college rules here this afternoon.
Give these young men an early test of those 15-minute quarters.
Yep.
You don't think those 3 minutes really matter, but they do.
Rivera kicks off. It's going to be a line driver short near side. Picked up by one of the up men. It's going to be Caruso Gangbe. Right up the middle. He goes on his feet, breaking tackles, spins, turns, and be down at the 42-yard line. So the Washington squad is in a pretty good field position to start this one here.
Absolutely. Great return to start this ball game off by that young man. Just following one of these lead blockers and excellent return, about 30 yards plus.
Well, as you can see on your screens here, for those watching the video, the Washington squad is in their black uniforms. Well, quick flip here on this side to get things started. Quarterback Connor Frazier out of Damascus. And that'll be complete to Williams. Milton Williams out of Frederick Douglass. The wide receiver, 6'2", 193 pounds. So a little 8 yards there.
Great opening play by this Washington team. Just a nice, simple pass. Little hitch route to the ex-receiver outside. Nice 8-9 yard gain.
We're going to see a lot of basic plays here. These guys have a little over a week, of course, many of whom Frazier with a handoff, looking to go to the outside. It's Gangbe, and down he goes.
Great pursuit by that time by two of the Baltimore defenders. Looked like that was number 40 on the fence, Garrett Dolly out of Fort Hill.
Yeah.
It looks like he may have been assisted as well by Paul Taylor out of Baltimore Polytech.
So there's some folks who might be thinking about the timing of a game like this. I mean, traditionally, really up to a few years ago, these games we played during the summer. But as you can see, these guys are still sharp. Many of them coming off playoff action. Frazier, back to pass again. Covers down the field. He gets it fast, complete, going to be out of bounds. With Milton Williams, this was Canada, that would be a complete pass.
We're still in the U.S. here, Nate. You can credit Philip Roden with that great defensive coverage there from long reach.
And the future Virginia Tech Hokie, Michael Branover on the fourth down, will set up in punt formation. Back to receive, Navasa Brown out of Franklin. And there's going to be a low snap whipped through the legs of Branover. They're going to, I don't know what they're going to do here. I mean, there was no rushing on the special teams unit, so it was one of the rules. But man, that would have been ugly had that say been Boston College on the other side.
Very interesting. All-star rules always make this game just a little bit more interesting.
So no rest. Going to be a high wobbly spiral. He'll take Brown. Check that. It's going to be Andre Amos over to the far side, taken down to the 25-yard line, so the Baltimore squad will take over. 13-18 left to go here in the first. Nothing our score. Baltimore in the red, D.C. in the black. But they're all from Maryland right here in the 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl.
Great afternoon for football, Nate. Okay, surprising, pretty decent crowd out today for this ball game as well. You got to figure people are out trying to get their Christmas shopping done and so forth, but fans are here.
Yeah, so the Washingtons. Quarterback back to pass. Baltimore quarterback back to pass. That's Mike Faithful, and he is going down. That'll be a sack. Number 9, Giovanni Francois. So as we go downstairs to Donna, the animal Wilkinson of the D.C. Divas, Donna, it has been a defensive battle thus far.
Well, absolutely, and I talked to Coach Pickney before the game, and he just said, I want to see these guys fly around, have some fun, and showcase their talent, and you're going to see that out here today.
And well, Giovanni Francois, the Wise. How about the season Wise had this year?
Tell you what, they've done it repeatedly. Shows why they're one of the best teams in the state here, not just in Prince George's County, but the best teams in the state of Maryland.
Well, Faithful out of Loyola Blakefield. Straight drop back. Throws far near side. Man is there, covered, tipped up, and it's going to be picked off.
Mike Faithful's pass
Looks like that's Shelly White from Archbishop Spalding on that interception there for the black team.
Well, Baltimore with the first turnover here. Not the greatest pass by Faithful.
We talked about that WISE program. Coach DeLon Parrish is doing a great job with that WISE program over the years and continues to do so. And as we see with the products he's putting on the field here today, he continues to put out great ball players.
Well, Frazier sets up in the shotgun now. We got 4 wides in the set. And it's going to be a design run. Right up the middle. Cuts to the outside. Still on his feet. Down he goes to the 30-yard line. Close to a Washington first down.
Runs the ball up towards the 30-yard line.
Great job by Zach Fetters that time. Just followed his blockers for a nice 9-yard gain. A zone read play there from the black team.
Now 3 wides in the set. And the quarterback of the game, Zachary Fetters out of Gaithersburg now. And he's going to run the same play. This time, it's stuffed nicely by the Baltimore team.
He had a host of tackles there that time. And stopped him for a very short gain.
That's going to make it a 3rd down and about half yard.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
11-18 left, nothing our score. There's Fetters. Straight drop back, throws far side, has a man there on the fade, and just over the head of the receiver. Nicely covered there, however. Intended for Najee Green out of Gwen Park.
That was DeAndre Scott from Thomas Johnson on the coverage there. And a kind of interesting call by the Washington team that time with 3rd and short to take a shot at the end zone. But it is an all-star game.
Wasn't a bad-looking pass by Fetters, just a little off. And 11 minutes left now in the first. Fetters on the sneak, trying to get the first down, and this is going to be close.
Washington goes for it.
Washington thinks they have it.
I think he just made it.
Ball spotted at the 30. It's up for a first down, Washington.
Damian Williams out of Parkside made the tackle, but not before Fetters getting the first down. To Irvin Nuba from Paint Branch, going over to the far side, and the slide is Daniel Upson. And then 2 wide receivers near side. Fetters in the shotgun. As Hannibal Robinson, it's going to be a handoff going over to Demond Brown out of Old Mill. Stretches it out to the outside, gets a nice block, and we'll get a couple yards on the play. That's a block from a wide receiver.
I think that was Milton Williams from Frederick Douglass coming back, making that fine block on the edge there, trying to spring Demond to the outside.
So they give him 2 yards on the play. And you can hear from way up here that these guys are hitting down there.
Absolutely.
And again, 4 wides in the set. Short slides, Fetters. Back to pass. Will step up and run. To the 25, down to the 20-yard line. Gets smacked down there, but they get about 8 yards, close to a first down. Looks like he may have gotten it.
He made a nice move to get 3 or 4 extra yards on that run there. Made a couple of defenders miss. Got himself another first down.
With 9:43 left, it'll be Fetters in the shotgun, straight drop back, steps, looks, throws towards the end zone, has a man there but overthrows him. Number 88, Irvin Anuba, again out of Paint Branch. Makes 2nd down.
And not very much open that time. I don't know if he intentionally overthrew his receiver that time, maybe just throwing the ball away, but definitely the defensive backs did a great job on that play and covering the receivers.
Second down and 10. Ball sits at the Baltimore 19-yard line. Washington with the ball. Fetters. Back to pass. Going to throw again. Going to be complete. The Hannibal Robinson out of McNamara. He's down to the 15-yard line. Robinson, who missed much of the 2010 campaign and what unfortunately ended up being one of the worst seasons of McNamara in a long time, able to come back in the second half of the year and end up with a pretty decent year.
Yeah, Bishop McNamara did struggle a little bit this year, to say the least, but I think they'll rebound. Coach Bevel does a great job with that program.
Yeah,
and you'll see them up near the top of the WCAC again very soon.
You know, and coming off a year, speaking of Bryce Bevel, the year previous where they were just one game away from the WCAC championship.
Definitely.
There's Fetters, and on the sneak, he'll get about 2 yards down to the 11-yard line. That'll bring up third down, make it fourth.
It's like another zone read there. He made a nice play fake to Demond Brown from Old Mill and decided to keep it himself. A few short yards on the gains. Interesting fourth down play, and looks like they're going to go to Brandover for the kick.
Well, Brandover, who in the regular season has a long of 42 yards, but folks, this guy has a leg and a half. The Hokies are getting a cannon for a leg here in Brandover. Whistles blow. We're going to have a stoppage of play. It'll be a timeout called. Washington squad, 8:18 left.
Looks like they were short a few players there.
Of course, again, speaking of Brandover, he had the opportunity to see in a scrimmage against Dunbar during the summer, him kick a 58-yarder. And, Coach, that one could have gone 70.
Unbelievable. It's just the job that DeMatha does with their kicking game year in and year out. And you look at the number of punters and kickers that they've produced over the years. They're just doing a fantastic job with those young men and sending them off to programs and helping these universities and colleges around the United States. Brandover's going to be another good one to step down to Virginia Tech and I'm sure help them with their already very good special teams play.
So the Washington squad right now is we're in the midst of the timeout. This, of course, the 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl. And we'll have Connor Frazier on the hold here. So this is always interesting in these all-star games, whether it's whether it's at this level or even college or pro. Because when you have a different specialist here, some of those specialties become more special.
Absolutely. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Ball near side hash mark is going to be a 29-yarder. Their snap is down, no rush. The kick is away, end over end kick. Looks like it splits the uprights, and it does.
That's got to be a kicker's dream, all-star game.
Oh, yeah.
No rush.
Yep.
No pressure.
That looks like a practice.
Great job by the young man there knocking that through the uprights.
So 3-0 is our score. We got 8:15 left to go in the first quarter on the 29-yarder by Michael Brandover. $8:15 left. Nate Lewis along with Annapolis Area Christian coach Kenny Lucas. Donna the Animal Wilkerson of the DC Divas downstairs. And the DeMatha Stag. And Michael Brandover getting the Washington squad up on the board.
It's good to get some early points on the board, whether it's an all-star game or not, Nate. Just to kind of get the feeling, helps the guys get in the flow a little bit. You start to see some points on the board and get these young men moving along. I think they'll warm up pretty soon and start to make some plays. Show us why it's an all-star game.
I think it's most interesting here as well. I mean, Michael Brandover, who for a DeMatha kicker, set a record of touchbacks during the 2010 campaign, which breaking his own record of 2009. He's kicking from the college 30-yard line here. And that kick is away. Going to be short, taken by the up man, Adrian Amos out of Calvert Hall. Now check that. It's going to be Navasa Brown. Cuts up to the middle of the field, right to a whole bunch of black shirts, down to the 20-yard line.
That's great coverage by the Washington team that time. They had a host of tacklers there.
Well, Donna, it looks like both of these teams are just simply filling each other out at this point.
Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore 23 line. That's where they take over. 1st and 10 for
Oh, hey there, Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, got a little coverage here. Yeah, these guys are doing a great job. Just a lot of talent out here, a lot of speed. You see guys coming out hitting. Great day for some football, though. Weather really allowing them to get out here and play everything that they want to do.
Mike Faithful in his second series pitches it to the outside of Brandon Bayer out of North Hartford. He gets a couple yards on the play. Darian Cooper out of DeMatha with a tackle.
Number 57, Darian Cooper in on the tackle for Washington. Gain of a couple on the play.
Interesting to see what this red team decides to do and trying to establish a run or throw the ball right now. They're starting with a running play. Be very interesting to see if they allow quarterback Mike Faithful to put the ball in the air. He's had a great year over there at the School of Loyola, and I think he'll have a great afternoon.
The pitch going to be behind the running back, and number 8, Colin Osborne. He's got a fall on it at the 12-yard line, and that's the kind of miscues that's going to happen in these All-Star games.
You mentioned it earlier, Nate. These young men only had a few days together, so timing is going to be prevalent in this game. It'll be interesting to see how everything unfolds.
It'll be a loss of 10 for Baltimore.
Now, the Washington team here in this Maryland Crab Bowl, this being the 3rd edition, has a 2-0 lead. The 2008 game, Washington team won at 32-21. And Washington 24-21 over Baltimore last year. Well, Faithful again. Now is going to be a 3rd down and 18. Ball sits at the 15-yard line of Baltimore. Straight drop back Faithful. Looks, throws on the middle. Man is there, but overthrows him. And was trying to get it
Pass over the middle of the field by Mike Faithful.
to Terrence Drew out of Oakland Mills.
Yeah, Terrence was looking for a pass interference there, but that ball was way overthrown, and just a good no call by the officials that time. You mentioned that first year, Nate, 2008 is Crab Bowl. I just want to pay tribute to, unfortunately, the late Nick Lynch, who coached on that staff in 2008. So we certainly miss him and the job he did over there at Suitland High School.
Yeah.
But he was on that staff, and I was fortunate enough to coach with him during that inaugural year of this Crab Bowl.
And Nick Lynch certainly a legend, to say the least, and particularly in Prince George's County. So in punt formation now is the Baltimore squad. Whistles blow.
Very interesting alignment here from this from this Baltimore punt team.
Well, they're not going to have a rush. I guess they'll spread everybody out in coverage.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. He might be starting a trend here.
Josh Rivera sitting at his 5-yard line.
Baltimore.
Waiting on the snap. And the kick is away. Low line drive. And the backs get it, but he's going to get tackled. Down he goes, down the 41-yard line.
That's a great job and coverage that time by Philip Roden from Long Reach.
Sherrod Baltimore out of Friendly. Got a friendly smack, number 22.
Yeah, Philip did a great job just covering. He had 2 guys trying to block him out there, but as a gunner, that's what you want, someone that can get downfield and try to make that good play.
Well, hey, Nate, I'm down here with Daryl Hill, honorary captain tonight. Well known in the ACC as the first African-American to play here at Maryland. What do you think is going on here with these guys, and what do you see so far?
Well, for a lot of these kids, this is their last chance and to expose themselves to college recruiters and coaches. It's a great opportunity. I've seen a couple of kids that I might want to talk to my troops about out here. So oftentimes in high school, kids go under the radar, but when you get them in an all-star game, you get a chance to see how they compete with other, top-flight, competitors. So there's some out here that are showing well. I won't call them by name. I want to keep them secret. But
well, thanks, Daryl. Good to see you down here.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's down, of course, with Darrell Hill, and you talk about legends. Frazier had a long run. Well, first down's at the 35-yard line of Baltimore right now. Down the middle it goes, wide open for the touchdown. Milton Williams on a blown coverage. Whistles blow. We got a flag down. Flag down here at the 27-yard line.
It's a very interesting location for that flag there. Can't imagine it's an offensive penalty there. It's probably something on the defense will be, I was wrong. Scratch that idea. That's too bad. Very unfortunate gated that play. That was an excellent throw that time by Frazier and a great route by Milton Williams.
Well, that's going to take the ball back to the 42-yard line. Well, Frazier, pretty good arm on him.
That was a nice, crisp throw. Gave his receiver a chance to make a play. It's unfortunate for the penalty.
5:44 left going to first. 3 wides hit to the near side, 1 to the far. Frazier, once again, shotgun. And back to pass once again. Looks. Run out of the pocket. Throws near side again. It's going to be to Williams. At the 30-yard line. Gives a man a stiff arm to the 25. And then another stiff arm as he goes out of bounds. Right about the 25-yard line.
Excellent catch and run there. Just get a little bit back. Great job by Frazier buying some extra time and finding an open receiver.
Just how important is it, Coach, really, for what we're seeing out of the wide receiver position right now, getting those runs, getting those yards after catch?
I tell you what, that's what really makes receivers become valuable. It's not so much that you can catch, because most guys, however, as we know, can catch. It's what you do after you catch the ball, and once it's in your hands. And those yards after catch are certainly critical.
Those are first down. Ball sits to the 26-yard line. Frazier again, shotgun. Hands off to his first back, and down he goes. Bobby Rutland out of Georgetown Prep with the carry. He's going to be dropped for a loss of about 2 yards.
Yeah, Tyler Krug from Westminster was right there immediately to make that stop. Great defensive play.
Also, Daniel McManus in there out of Eastern Tech. Washington squad leads 3-0 with 4:53 left to go in the first. Frazier again, shotgun. Rolls out to the far side. Heavy rush, throws a quick screen to Robinson, and down he goes.
Pass complete to number 26,
That's Gongbe with the catch. And another loss.
Looks like that was Lynn Worthington from the Gilman School that came up to make that stop on the play.
No gain on the play. They'll bring up third down for Washington.
4:06 left, 3-0's our score. And Frazier throws near side. It's going to be down on the ground. Whistle blows finally, but he was trying to get it to Bobby Rutland.
Just slightly behind Rutland that time, Nate.
We got fourth down. Here comes Brand over. And I wonder if they'll try a field goal here. Looks like they might, Coach.
Makes sense to me. No rush, no pressure.
45 yards this one is going to be.
Give that young man an opportunity to showcase his leg.
The ball now on the far side hash mark. And Frazier just realized that 2 guys missing. And Kelby Williams, Kelby Johnson was one of them, and now he comes out. Frazier with the hole. Snap is down. Kick is away. Line driver. This one's going to be short. And taken by back in the back of the end zone. That's going to be Adrian Amos. Gets a block, cuts back up against the green. It gets hit hard, dropped at the 27-yard line.
That's a smart play by that young man. It's an all-star game, a missed field goal. Yep. Punt team was already heading back to the bench. He decides to get a return and got a good 27, 28-yard return out of it. Great job.
More like 38. He caught that one back in the end zone.
It's true. Very true.
Well, Donna, that wasn't the best kick we've seen out of Michael Brandover.
No, we've seen it. We've seen him nail those all year long and even longer. So, just didn't quite get all of it, but good effort out here.
Might have a little something to do with this cold weather this afternoon.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah. The ball gets a little heavier.
That's right.
Little misdirection action going up the middle on the counter is number 24, Keon Wright,
Keon Wright with the carry.
He gets about 2 yards. Darian Cooper with his second tackle of the day.
Gain of 3 on the play.
As you mentioned, a little misdirection there, Nate, by the Baltimore team. Unfortunately, Washington was not fooled at all.
Brings up a second down, make it second down 7. Ball sits at the Baltimore 31-yard line. 3-0 remains our score, 3:02 left. There's a handoff going up the middle, a little bit of room, and maybe close to a first down.
Baltimore pushes the ball up the middle around to the 38-yard line into the hands of number 46.
46, Quentin Izell out of Walkersville.
Looks like Jamal Merritt and Giovanni Francois on the tackles there.
And it is a first down. Quarterback in the game now for the Baltimore squad is Tyler German out of Queen Anne's. So there's 2 wides here near side. One of them, Leo Eads out of Dunbar of Baltimore. And the handoff gets hit up the middle, and so does the running back right down to the 41-yard line.
Like a host of tackles that time for the Washington team. However, leading the way was Alex Cole from Sherwood. Came up from the secondary and just laid a load on the back there. That's the way you come up and feel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, Nate, I'm up here with Tony Kennedy, and this is kind of his baby down here. Tony,
oh, yeah?
Tell me what you think about this game and what you did to really put this thing together.
Okay, well, you know, I'm working closely with Sean O'Connor, the founder of the game. What Extra Point is doing is just running support for the game and doing all the logistics and making sure that we got the best people out here to make this the best, experience for people out here who love football.
Well, thank you, Tony, and it's a great game so far. What's impressed you so far about the game?
Well, it's the speed of the athletes down here. It's pretty cold out here, and these guys are flying around, so it's the speed of the athletes. You can tell these are D1 athletes out here.
Thank you, Tony.
Tyler German with a 7-yard gain, and now the first down for the Baltimore squad.
Let's credit Giovanni Francois again on that tackle, Nate. I'll tell you what, an interesting story about that young man is we got word that he was a late transfer up to Y School about mid-season or so from the state of Florida, came in and made an immediate impact on that program, thus the success they had this season.
They play football in Florida?
I don't think so, do they?
That was a golf state. There's a pitch coming over to the far side, getting hit hard and dropped after a couple-yard gain. Keon Wright. 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 3-0 is our score.
You had a host of tacklers there. Bernard Worley from Seneca Valley on that tackle. You also had Darian Cooper from DeMatha Catholic High School and 2 or 3 other defenders from this Washington team.
And that's going to bring up a second down, make it 8. The ball sits at the 48-yard line now of the Washington squad. So it's, once again, German. Will play action, rolls out, hit as he throws, ball up in the air. He's able to get it down to the receiver, but only on the hands. And boy, did German get knocked down.
And guess who applied that pressure once more, Nate?
Giovanni Francois.
Calling his name an awful lot here. Very interesting for an all-star game here. You look at what this Baltimore team, they're running sort of a variation of the wing T. Most all-star games you see spread, and just throw. But this Washington team is coming out and they're really trying to establish a run game and trying to open up the pass from play action.
A couple more plays maybe this first quarter as 14 seconds left. And it's 3-0. 3-0 is our score. There's German over center. On play action, rolls out, and it looks like it's going to try a little draw action, but drew nobody.
A little wraparound draw play there from the Baltimore team. Not very successful that time.
And that's the first quarter in the books. 3-0 is our score. The Washington squad leads in this 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl. Thank you for joining us here from All In Broadcasting. All right, back out again at Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland. 4th down now for the Baltimore squad. And as Rivera in punt formation, the punt's going to be high short. A lot of hang time, not a whole lot of distance. Going to be a fair catch called. Washington's number 10, DeAndre Smith, down at the 18, making the 19-yard line, and so that's where the Washington squad will take over.
Looks like Washington's going to stay with Fetters this time, Nate. See if they try to move the ball back down the field again through the air and try to put some more points on the board.
Well, back in for the Washington squad, Zachary Fetters. He's kind of hurling that ball down the field during his first series. It was just underway in the second quarter. It's going to be handoff Robinson. Check that going to the outside, looking for room and out of bounds. Or check that's number 33, Cavante Smith out of Archbishop Spalding.
Smith was chased out of bounds by Worthington that time, once again from Gilman, coming up making a play out of the secondary. Fair Gilman School had another great season over there as that program continues to be a force in the MIAA division.
Well, the as you know, the MIA is a tough division to win in, but Gilman, at the first couple of weeks of the year, they were considered one of the tops in the country. Fetters, those near side. Man, is a tip up to the air, almost picked off.
Hey, that pass was broken up that time by Trevon Garrett out of Dunbar. Great job blanketing the receiver that time, sticking his hand in there and just being able to poke it out.
It looks like Fetters has found a favorite target in Williams. That's about the 4th time he's gone to him.
Not surprising in an all-star game. You find a young man that's catching the ball as a QB. You're going to continue to look towards him and try to help him make plays.
There's a 3rd down and 3. Ball sits at the 26-yard line. Fetters once again in the shotgun. Straight drop back, quick flip near side. Down low. As the ball caught, and they say, yes it is. And enough for the 1st down as well. It's going to be caught by number 87, Najee Green out of Gwynn Park.
Great job by the young man showing concentration. He just stayed with it, bobbled it the first time, and was able to catch it on the 2nd attempt.
And Don, it looks like that offensive line of the Washington squad is getting into a little bit of rhythm as well. They're able to run the ball a little bit.
Well, yeah, they're doing a great job. But, what I've really been impressed with this first half is their defense and how aggressive they've come out with their defensive attack. And we'll see them get a little balance here on offense as well.
Fetters, shotgun, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And a handoff going to the outside. Now dipping back in is a running back. It's like Joel Ross of Damascus.
Devon Brown ran into a sea of red and still was able to come out with some positive yardage.
Great talent there.
Devon Brown.
Yeah, great talent there coming out of Anne Arundel County. He was one of the players up for Player of the Year in Anne Arundel County. He did a great job for that with that Old Mill program for Coach Ferragamo over there. That program continues to be a force in the state of Maryland. Unfortunately, I think I just learned some recent news that Coach Ferragamo is stepping down from Old Mill High School, so it'll be interesting to see who they replace him with.
Yeah. We're talking about coaching changes off the air. All over the place.
All over the place on every level.
3 wides in the set, straight drop back. Fetters throws deep, has a man there in coverage, but throws it out of bounds, and wisely so, as he was going for Irvin Anungba with the intended receiver, but there's a whole bunch of stuff there, red stuff.
Absolutely. Main guy, Worthington from the Gilman School once more, in pretty good coverage that time. We talked about these coaching changes, and we're going to see a little bit more fallout before it's all said and done. On the high school level, but certainly on the college level, on the national level, we've seen a lot of changes that are coming about even as we speak.
4 wides in the set now. It's a 3rd down. Make it 3rd down and 6 at the Washington 35. Washington with the ball, his Fetters. Rolls out near side, throws, has a man there, and trying to make the sliding catch here near side, but went off his shoulder pads. That's number 80, Daniel Upson out of Watkins Mill.
He had Chris Williamson friendly on the coverage there. Opportunity for that young man to make that catch. It would have been a tough one. But nonetheless, it just rolled off his fingertips, and he credited the coverage, which would probably have something to do with that incomplete pass.
So with 13:04, Brandover being punt formation. Back once again to Boston Brown. He has a bad kick off of the side of his foot. Very un-Brandover-like, folks, because that one went about maybe 22 yards.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from that young man, that's for sure. But you have to imagine, though, as a kicker, where you sort of get yourself accustomed to the rush and the pressure, and all of a sudden you get to an all-star game, there is none. I would think almost, and unfortunately, it may work in reverse for you, because you're standing there, you have too much time, and it gives you too much time to think, probably, as opposed to just playing as you naturally do and react off of the game. And
Brandover disgustedly is going over to the bench.
From the Washington 47-yard line.
He takes mistakes personally.
And should.
Yeah.
Those kickers get paid a lot of money.
Do they? All right, well. They play about 15 seconds a game. Now Baltimore with the ball. There's going to be a quick flip going over to the far side. That's quarterback once again, Tyler German. That's incomplete.
Darian Harris on the coverage there from DeMatha High School. Calling that school's name a few times this afternoon.
Yep.
Uncharacteristically, DeMatha with its second consecutive loss in the WCAC finals to a very good council team. That conference
that's a big one.
Amazing. That's a big one.
Yeah. Of course, good council. I mean, you just cannot say enough about the work that Malloy's done there. There's going to be a handoff going up the middle, or trying to go up the middle. Vince DePaul out of Hereford. And nothing doing up the middle.
He was wrapped up immediately by Max Lerman from the Landon School. Coach Padalino has taken over the helm there at the Landon School, doing a great job.
Yeah.
I've known Coach Padalino for a number of years, his days coaching on the college level and so forth. He's come back to the D.C. area and seems to have that program moving in the right direction.
12:25 left to go in the first half. 3-0 remains our score. So we got a bunch of all-star defenses out there right now.
Well, typically in all-star games, defenses show up a little bit better than the offenses do. It's just when you tell the guys to go attack the ball, not much thinking takes place there.
Tyler German, back to pass, looks, throws deep, has a man there, Devonta Brown makes the catch. No, he dropped the ball out of bounds. Right about the 19-yard line, had a chance at it, defending number 10, DeAndre Smith.
A great attempt by the young man there that time, Devonta Brown. He just couldn't pull it in. Had about a step or so on a defender and just could not make the play.
And so it's fourth down once again. It'll be Josh Rivera in punt formation. And the kick is away. It's going to be a line drive. Receiver lets it drop. It will take a Baltimore bounce. It rolls. It takes a little Baltimore slide bounce as well down to the 11-yard line. And I'm sure Rivera meant to do that.
Of course. He practices that every day.
And that's where Washington will take over 1st and 10.
All right, Bowie State University, the Bulldog Stadium, the brand new turf. Of course, I'm talking with the sports information director, Greg Goins, here, because we had our company had an opportunity to cover a couple of Bowie games here, and so they're very happy with the new field, believe me.
They have to be. It's just a great facility, and I think it's going to be more to come.
1st and 10.
First down, whistles blow, and a flag goes down. We may have a procedure or make that a delay game call against the Washington squad.
Ball start. Number 62, the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Scott Merger out of Georgetown Prep.
Yeah, you talked about this stadium, Nate. I think it's work in progress right now. I think they have future plans to expand the seating capacity here, add some concessions, and do a lot more things to make this university's field something to reckon with in the area.
Frazier in the shotgun right at his end line. Hands off to the first back through, going to getting about 5 yards of that penalty back. Hannibal Robinson with the carry.
It looked like Tyler Wheaton from Catonsville was in on the tackle there for the Baltimore team.
Well, they give him 3 yards on the run, so it's going to be second down and 12 now. Frazier looking to settle into a rhythm right now. 4 wides in the set, straight drop back, looks, throws deep, fade, near side. Man is there covered, tip, bobbled, and dropped. Brandon Phelps out of Damascus had a shot at it. Defending number 6, DeAndre Scott.
Brandon Phelps almost reels that one in.
It was almost a very good catch. It's a tough play to make by that young man, but he certainly gave it all he had.
So now it's a 3rd down and 12.
Washington's certainly not shy and taking some shots down the field, are they?
Looks like they might here as they go into the shotgun again. Frazier. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Looks. Throws a quick flip. Into the near side and now sliding down the sideline looking for the 1st down. Still on his feet and down he goes. So that was Crusoe Gangbe, I think.
Yeah, that was nothing but a long handoff that time by Frazier. Gangbe was about 2 yards in front of him when he released the ball. In fact, Frazier almost threw a block for him after he threw it to him.
It's going to be just short of the 1st down, so Brandover will be back to punt.
Right at the 20-yard line. Gain of 11 for Washington.
That was an 11-yard handoff play from Frazier to Gangbe.
And a kick for Brandover. This is going to be a little bit better line drive kick down low. Taken by the back at the 4-yard line. Breaking the tackle on his feet. Crosses midfield down to the 48-yard line. That's DeAndre Scott.
Gets a little bit further this time.
Or check that, Colin Osborne.
Colin Osborne with a return of 12 as he gets the ball back.
Alice Cole plus Jamal Merritt on the stop there for the Washington team.
Well, in this game, they're letting the Gunners go from the punt. That is the men on the outside. So generally, the returners here have 2 guys to beat.
That's not bad odds.
No.
I'll take it.
So 10-17 left. Wing backs either side. And there's a handoff to Osborne, who goes over to the far side, gets a couple of yards on the play. Quarterback in the play in the game now is Madison Nito out of Bohemia Manor. Where's that?
Good question. Makes me think of the Pacific, down in blue water somewhere, Bohemian Manor.
I remember talking to a young man and said, look, if you're good enough, doesn't matter where you go to school, they'll find you.
Absolutely. Tell guys that all the time.
They'll find you at the college, and if you're so fortunate, at the pro level as well.
Absolutely.
Dante Williams, I'll check that. It's going to be Leo Eads here, splitting out into the near side. Back to pass, throws deep. Man is there, and it's going to be caught. Oh, no, they're going to say dropped at the 17-yard line. Like Terrence Drew was the intended receiver.
Pass intended for number 28, Terrence Drew.
Shelly White.
Shelly White.
Yep.
Spalding on the coverage. I thought Drew actually came down with the ball, but as he came down and just slipped out of his hands.
Well, yeah, Nate, you've seen a lot of acrobatic misses here tonight as players going up for balls and just not quite coming down with it.
Well, you know, maybe since we haven't seen all these guys, we know they caught some balls during the year. We know that much. 9:24 left. Nino, straight drop back. Looks, throws deep, trying to get here on the near side, and catching up to it down in the 15-yard line. What a catch by Adrian Amos.
That's what you call just going after the ball, just wanting to make a play, Nate. That young man wanted to make that play. Nicely thrown. Gave his receiver a chance to go and make that play, and the young man came with a great catch.
Well, Donnie, you're right there. You saw that acrobatic catch.
Oh, that was beautiful. And just his acceleration and focus at the end of the play. Great job, Amos, coming up with that big play here in the second quarter.
The Baltimore squad knocking on the door now at the 15-yard line.
A pretty good throw by Nito that time.
Yep.
Just threw it out there, gave his receiver a chance to run under the ball, and once more, the young man made a nice acrobatic catch.
Let's go, D-line. Let's go, Cooper. Make a play, Coop.
So is Nito. Going to hand off. We're going to go to the outside, up on his feet, down to the 5-yard line. With number 21, Dwayne Randall Linganore.
Randall takes the ball up the middle.
Well, that's certainly a la Linganore there, just handing the ball off, running straight downhill.
To make the tackle.
So with 8:26 left to go in the second, Baltimore squad now will be a second down and 1 at the Washington 5-yard line. And then one wide receiver here to the near side. That'll be Terrence Drew. Man comes in motion. Going to hand off, going up the middle, but this time smacked down as Dwayne Randall.
Bernard Worley from Seneca Valley that time, along with Darian Cooper from DeMatha.
Yep.
Made sure nothing was happening on that play.
And Alex Cole getting him down low from Sherwood. But it is enough for the first down, making it first and goal now with 7:50 left.
Hey, Darian. Solid both ways. Solid both ways. Got it, strong and weak. Stay low, low, low.
You hear some calls coming in from the coaches on the sideline here. Sound like he's giving them an option to go right or left. A little audible action going on here. We'll see what the quarterback calls.
Man goes in motion. And the handoff on the counter, going up the middle, up for the first down and touchdown. That'll be Quentin Easel out of Walkersville with a tough run. And first walk into the end zone now for the Baltimore squad. They take the lead.
Yeah, just a great tough run by Guizel that time. Was very, very persistent, made sure he was going to get into the end zone.
Rivera on to try the extra points. It will be German with the hold. 7:22 left. Won't be any rush to speak of. Snap is down. And the kick is away, end over and kick. Looks good, it is good. 7-3 is our score now. And Donna, it looked like on that on the offensive line, things sort of came together with that short drive for the Baltimore squad.
Well, yeah, that was just the best offensive series so far here for this Maryland team. Great job up front, down blocking, kicking out. He didn't have contact till he got to the end zone, so just a great job all around by the offensive line to help bring that game up 7-3 now.
Of course, we know with the history of this game in 2 years, that won't be more likely the only time anyone goes to the end zone here, right?
There will be more scoring.
Yeah.
So make sure to hold on to your tickets.
This is the 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl. We're bringing it to you from the Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland. Home of the Bowie State Bulldogs, who are just one game away from the CIAA championship themselves.
Great job in getting the program turned around here at Bowie State College. Those guys are doing very, very well in their own rights. And, there's something to be said about new fields, new stadiums. Maybe that was their inspiration to go out and have a great year. So I think we're going to see some very good things from this university in the very near future.
Yeah, the thing is that there are a lot of Division II guys. And, of course, I would start with Isaac Redmond at Pittsburgh right now, who's nicknamed Red Zone Redmond now for a reason. Because he had a couple of good years here at Bowie State as well. Rivera with a kickoff. It's going to be a low line drive taken by one of the upbacks on the bounce. Nope, missing it down at the 20-yard line. Now coming in the near side, cutting it to the outside. And they've tripped up and dropped. Will be number 10, DeAndre Smith.
Picks the ball up at his own 20-yard line and brings the ball back up to around the 30. Looks like it'll be spotted back at the 20.
Didn't quite see the number. Looked like that may have been Curtis Pumphrey from Atherton on the tackle that just grabbed a piece of his shoelace and was able to make the stop.
Because I remember in 2007, a lot of folks were talking about a young man out of Grand Valley State by the name of Danny Woodhead, and he's doing a pretty good job in New England. 7:16 left. Watch the squad with the ball. Fetters over the middle, touch up to the end, almost knocked down, almost picked off as well.
Great breakup that time by Garrett Dolly. Fort Hill.
Fetters has a good touch, but he seems to have that ball seems to sit in that his arm for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, you watch these quarterbacks this afternoon, how they're throwing it. They're just falling about a yard or two short. Mm-hmm. And what I would attribute possibly to some of that is just not having that timing down, that relationship with their receivers, and or having receivers at your disposal here in an all-star game that are much quicker than what you're used to throughout the season.
Najee Green, a wide receiver here to the near side. It's going to be Fetters on the run right up the middle, and he'll get about 3 yards down to the 32-yard line with 7:05 left. Baltimore squad leads the Washington squad here in this Maryland Crab Bowl, 7-3.
I think that's one of the differences you see here, Nate, in an all-star game, even on this high school level, and that's what people talk about. As you matriculate up through the ranks from high school to college or from college to the pros, it's the speed of the game. And I think that's something that all the players have to get adjusted to, even these quarterbacks, as we see them make a few balls just slightly underthrown this afternoon.
And of course, with an all-star game, they're all speedy. Fetters, straight drop back from the shotgun. Steps up, is going to run to the 35. Runs out of bounds at the 40, getting up with the first down to the 41. It will be marked at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Navasa Brown, Adrian Amos from Calvert Hall was on the pursuit there, along with Curtis Pumphrey from Atherton.
So now you're seeing both squads putting together some pretty nifty drives right now to Washington. 6:05 left. It's going to be Fetters in the shotgun once again. We'll hand off to his back here near side. Demond Brown out of Old Mill. He turns, gets about a yard on the play.
Let's credit Dimitri Dennis that time, along with another teammate. I can't see his number here. Another young man out there helped him on that tackle. Looks like it may have been Trevon Garrett, I believe it was, from Dunbar High School.
And now the Washington squad brings 3 wides in the set.
Correction, that was Garrison.
Quick flip, ticked up into the air. Looks like getting a hand on it was the number 11, Dimitri Dennis.
My apologies here. That was on that previous play. That was Damian Williams from Parkside to assist on that tackle. And make sure these young men get all the credit they deserve.
Oh, yes, absolutely. $5:23 left. Fetters rolls out far side, throws, quick flip, and it's going to be over the head of the receiver. Trying to get it to 88, Urban Anuba.
Tell you so much for touch on that pass. That was
a bullet. Yeah. I mean, I say a quick flip. That ball went about 30 yards on a rope. It could have gone 50 yards.
Wow, that one got out of his hand in a hurry, Nate. Yep. So I guess he's capable.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, this is interesting. Fetters is now the long snapper for Michael Branover. Again, there won't be any rush to speak of, so why not put your quarterback up there if he's got good hands?
Absolutely.
Branover's kick is going to be a wobbler. Goes over the head of the receiver. Will take a Baltimore bounce and will roll dead at the 15-yard line.
Great punt by Branover that time. Branover, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the punt is officially 43 yards. And folks, keep in mind, Branover, he can punt, but he's a place kicker primarily. That's what he does best. Well, now the Baltimore squad takes over as we have cloudy skies over Bulldog Stadium here in Bowie. And the Baltimore quarterback, Madison Nito, pitch going over to the far side, looking for room and getting run down after getting about 4 yards.
Can you say Giovanni Francois?
Uh-huh.
Tell you what, someone's going to get a good player in that young man there, Francois. He was all over the field this afternoon. Not surprising coming from the great state of Florida, and we know what they do from a football perspective. They put many of talent in the college ranks and certainly into the NFL as well.
It is a factory over there. 4:33 left. Leo Eads here near side. And they got a the double wing set as they've been going for most of this game. As the handoff coming here to the near side and slash it forward, get about 2 yards. Vince DePaula to Herford. Going to be close to a first down, actually, right about the 24-yard line.
You can credit that tackle to Assine Jacques out of Charles Flowers High School in Prince George's County. Another program that has repeatedly shown their worth and contended for the regional finals and certainly for the state finals as well.
Yeah, it's certainly old news now that Prince George's County is certainly a hotbed of talent.
Absolutely,
Yep.
and we see it every year, the amount of talent that is leaving this area from those respective schools.
Well, big play here is going to be third down and about 1 with the ball at the 24-yard line of Baltimore. Baltimore with the ball. Nito, another counter. Gets to the DePaula, and he may have enough for the first down. Down about the 31-yard line. Looks like he got it.
Well, that was big Michael Roberts out of Frederick Douglass making a tackle that time. Big 6'1", all 275 pounds of him.
Just a baby.
Still growing.
Yep.
And I'm sure eating.
Yeah. Teenagers eat? I don't know. So the first down and 10. Ball is considered the 31. I'll make that the 26-yard line. So Nito getting the double wing set. Man comes in motion to the far side. Now back to pass. Throws far side. Has a man there on the fade. And it's going to be caught. Now the 40-yard line. Flag is down. A lot of wrestling. The pass finally caught by Terrence Drew.
Be interesting to see what the call is here, whether it be offensive pass interference or defense.
Yeah, looks like
unfortunately, 9 times out of 10 it goes against the defense. But I'm not a defensive guy.
It's like this is going against defense, too.
Either way, that was a great catch by that young man that time. Nito gave his receiver an opportunity to make that play. First down.
He's a prototypical big receiver, 6'4", 200 pounds.
It's a nice target to have running down the field.
First down, Baltimore.
2 minutes, 22 seconds left to go in the first half. 7-3 is our score. The Baltimore squad leads in this 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl. And Drew now splits out here to the near side. It's Nito over center, again double wing set. Here comes in motion. Here's the counter. Nice move over to the far side. Stood up on his feet, and down he goes, and up for the first down is number 32, Collie Vera out of Wild Lake.
That's another one on the scoreboard under the down.
Credited Jacques again from Flowers on that tackle.
At the 30-yard line to the 29 for another
With a great misdirection play by the Washington team again that time, running a version of the wing tee. The Delaware wing tee, I must add.
Delaware, is that right? What you know about that?
I don't know. Some little school up in Newark, Delaware. About 14,000, 18,000 undergrads. Oh,
what's that?
I think that's where I went. Got to credit those Blue Hens. Playing in the 1AA playoffs today, as a matter of fact, as we speak.
Vera goes in motion again. It's Nito. Back to pass, going for it all. To the 10-yard line. It'll be picked off down to the 2.
That's great coverage that time by Sherrod Baltimore out of Friendly High School. The ball was slightly underthrown, but nonetheless still great coverage.
Vasa Brown was the intended receiver.
That's what a playmaker does. That's what a playmaker does.
Yes, that's what a playmaker does.
Can't say it much better than that, can we?
And Donna, that was a pretty nice play, wasn't it?
There we go. We got some audio back. Yeah, just great job by Baltimore jumping in front of that pass and coming up with a big play.
Friendly High School's put out a few ball players in there over the last few years.
There's a handoff from the end zone. Turning and spinning, getting a couple of yards. That'll be number 26, Caruso Gangbe. 1:13 left to go in the half. And the Washington squad with So Baltimore calls a timeout. With 1:13 left, 7-3 is our score. 93 yards of pay dirt. You know, now that you, Coach, that you have this team in a little bit of a rhythm right now, how would you get this into the end zone if that's what the Washington squad is thinking right now?
Well, I just think right now, again, it's been long ball for them. You know, they may have to institute a little bit of play action just to hold those receivers or those backs. But, again, you have multiple talent out here in this field. They're going to just rely on some one-on-one and hoping these receivers will go out and make plays, put them in a position to be successful and let them show why they're playing in this All-Star game today.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget at halftime also you'll be able to stop by the MTM recognition table.
In All-Star games as a coach allow you to do things like that. You can take these shots.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to be ridiculed very much.
Because you're just trying to show the talent. That's what you're doing.
That's it.
Yes, absolutely.
Talent.
Yes.
Hey, that's what makes us good coaches anyway, is talent. Don't be fooled. Say what you want to say, but it takes talent. We need players.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having the winning drawing.
1:13 left and 7-3 to score. Baltimore squad leads. Washington squad with the ball. Frazier's the quarterback in the shotgun, 4 wides. Near side facing the 4-down lineman of Baltimore. Straight drop back, throws near side. Has a man there with a catch at the 15, cuts it to the outside. You'd like to get that guy out of bounds there, maybe. And Brandon Phelps.
That'd be the smart thing to do, but nonetheless, you still have a minute plus remaining in this half. It's a lot of time on the clock.
And the clock stopping with the first down. No huddle now for Washington. Frazier, rush. Gets it into the near side to far side, Crusoe Gangbe. And he breaks a couple tackles. Will be down after a gain of about 8. And the Washington squad wants a timeout.
Credit Philip Roden again from long reach on the tackle.
47 seconds left. Then the Washington squad calls another timeout.
That wasn't a bad call at the time. Take a shot on a little screen play, hoping that the linebackers are falling back into coverage. When you have a back like Gangbe with the ball in his hand, you certainly have an opportunity for it to go the distance.
Of course, looking out here amongst the crowd, pretty decent crowd here for this 2010 Crab Bowl.
Hey, where else would you rather be on an afternoon like this?
Oh, absolutely.
You don't want to be in the malls, do you?
No, not at all. I mean, this is this is the crowd right here. No nasty salespeople.
Hey, it's always good for fans, parents, family alike to come out and support these young men. You know, this again, in some cases, may be their last opportunity. You know, I think the majority of these young men are going to go on and play again on Saturday afternoons. But you know, to have this family and friend support is being shown out here this afternoon is great for these young men. Be able to showcase their talents.
Frazier in the shotgun, 2nd down and 3 from the 26. Pump. Throws deep, has a man here, covered, and the catch is, man, is it out of bounds? Yes, it's right there. Oh, my goodness, what a play. Number 82, Laverne Jacobs out of Siouxland. Now, he didn't see that ball when it was up in the air.
Hey, that was just a great throw and great catch. And on the high school level, all you need is 1 foot down.
Yep.
And that's what he got, 1 foot down on the turf and stayed in bounds and allowed this Washington team to keep moving the ball down the field.
Well, you mentioned it, you know, give these guys opportunity to make plays. And Laverne Jacobs did just that. First down, Washington, just in Baltimore territory, the 49-yard line. Back to pass again, Frazier. Throws deep, has a man there as well, double covered, and can he come back for it and make the catch? Yes, he can. Wow, what a catch.
Unbelievable.
2 in a row, Caruso Gangbe.
Great adjustment by Gangbe that time. The ball was thrown to his back shoulder. Another acrobatic catch, as you alluded to down there, Donna.
Well, we're seeing some players, folks. Well, Washington over the ball, 26 seconds left. They're knocking on the door to make that the 16-yard line. Frazier, shotgun, 3 wides near side, 1 to the far. Robinson's the running back, rolling out. Frazier looks towards the end zone. Sides the run, splits the defenders, and he'll go down maybe a gain of 1 or maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down is Dimitri Dennis. And they're down to 11 seconds left. Washington calls their final timeout of the half.
Told you, there's plenty of time on this clock. It's 11 seconds now, but this Washington team did a great job just being patient, taking what the defense gave them, and they've gotten themselves down to the Baltimore's 18-yard line.
And the big play, of course, the 46-yarder to Laverne Jacobs. And I tell you what, that was probably one of the best wheel routes I've seen all year long.
Absolutely. Again, you have an athletic kid like Gombe. Ball was thrown to his back shoulder. He had to make an adjustment, find the football, and came down with a great catch.
And the acrobats continue down there, Donna.
Hey, well, we have a quick moment here, Nate and Donna. Just got an update. We talked about University of Delaware. Got to talk about my Blue Hens a little bit. They're up 10-0 at the half right now over Georgia Southern.
All right.
Go Blue Hens.
That's a program. All right, 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Here's Frazier back to pass those to the end zone. Man is there. It's going to be a little juggling for it. And down it goes in the end zone. Touchdown to Washington. Milton Williams was fighting with it with number 6, DeAndre Scott, and I guess the tie goes to the tall guy.
That's what they say. The tie goes to the offensive player. I tell you what, Scott was in great position that time, and I'm not so sure Scott didn't initially have the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And then Williams just went up and made a great play and came down with the ball.
Don, looks like he just wanted it more.
Oh, well, absolutely. He just really wanted that ball more and took it from him. They both had their hands on it, more aggressive. He actually had his body in a better position where he could roll over the ball and kind of pull it in. So just a great job of concentrating and bringing this team back right at the half.
Now with that, the Washington squad takes the lead. Ran over to try the extra point. Frazier with the hold. 5 seconds left to go in the half. Snap is down. Kick is away. Line driver splits the uprights. It is good. 10-7 is our score. I told you somebody's going to get to the end zone again.
You called it.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant.
Mind-boggling. Hey, let's just credit that young man again for a great attempt at making that play. Milton Williams just went up and came down with the ball, made a great athletic play.
Yeah. And, you know, the quarterbacks in this game are going to have some fun here as well. I mean, you got to imagine, I'm not sure what kind of talent Connor Frazier had at Damascus. I'm not sure how often you would throw the ball up there for grabs. You know, again, but you have a player like Williams to throw to. He's been having a great game all this afternoon. I mean, why not take the chance?
Absolutely. You know, and that's why I say it does take talent. You put talent around these other guys, and they're just really starting to learn how to do this and play this game with multiple talent. Of course, on high schools, you'll have 2, 3. You know, you have sporadic good players, and you come in an all-star game and you look around you and everybody's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
You can throw the ball in the air and hope for the best, and 9 times out of 10, your guy is probably going to make that play.
Well, Brandon will be kicking off. Gabriel Aliel back to receive along with DeAndre Scott. Or check that, Nabasa Brown. So Brando approaches, no wind out here. Going to be a low line drive. Bounce is going to be taken by Khalid Vera. Vera bounces to the outside. He has speed, not a whole lot of size. That's why he went down so easily to the 31-yard line. I would say easily, but he went down.
Daniel Upson from Watkins Mill on the tackle.
Yep.
Good job fighting the block off and making a stop on the kickoff team.
Well, first half in the books. Let's go downstairs to Donna. As the 10-7 is our score, the Washington squad is in the lead. And now let's go downstairs to Donna.
Coach Pickney coming in, 10-7 lead at the half. Great job. Tell me what you thought of the first half.
It was great, man. Kind of back and forth. You know, we worked on our 2-minute last night. We actually installed that last night. We were unsuccessful last night and got it done today. The guys played well. We're moving around very well. They're doing it.
That's the MTL recognition table near your main entrance.
All right, back out again at Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland. Nate Lewis, the coach Kenny Lucas, Donna the Animal Wilkinson as the Washington squad leads 10-7. Again, the beneficiary of great throwing and great catching, basically, coach. It's been certainly those skill positions, particularly out there on the wings, has certainly shined here in this Maryland Crab Bowl.
Absolutely, and that's pretty much what we expected early in the day, that these teams would both come out, put the ball in the air. Typically, in an all-star game, you're playing cover 0, which we've seen, which means that the DBs are playing in the man coverage. So it's likelihood that, the DBs are going to be challenged, just one-on-one with he and the receiver. These quarterbacks are giving themselves an opportunity, and the receivers have made plays.
The Washington squad, I believe, has been charged with a delay of game penalty for taking too long in the locker room, I think. And they're going to make them kick off from now the 20-yard line.
Kidding me. This is an all-star game, guys.
Wow. My goodness. All right, well.
Unbelievable. Rules are rules, I guess.
Rules indeed, all right.
Here we go.
Oh, they really, Michael Brandover is going to kick off from the 15-yard line. So that would be a 15-yard penalty.
Unbelievable.
Now, well, there's coordinator Tony Kennedy out there right now talking with the referees and the Baltimore coaches. Here's a call. So they're making a 5-yard penalty. So Brando will be kicking off on the 25-yard line. All right, well, every game's history, folks.
So Coach Pinckney said a few words to Tony Kennedy as he was passing by. So maybe had a slight influence in that being a 5-yard penalty versus a 15-yard penalty. But nonetheless,
all right,
they were penalized.
Okay.
Here we
go.
go.
We start the second half. It'll be Brandover kicking off. The Baltimore squad will have the ball, and a good shot at some field position here. Unless Brandover gets a can in there, that's going to be a good one. Back to the 20-yard line, taken by the back of the 20. Looking for room, cutting it to the outside, wrapped up and dropped.
Number 32,
so Vieira with the catch and carry back to the 35-yard line.
That was Upson from Watkins Mill on the tackle there on kickoff.
So the Baltimore squad will take over on their own 34. 4:50, just underway in the third quarter. 10-7 is our score.
It's Brandover saying, "What's going on today? I'm used to touchbacks."
Yeah, I know.
Kind of hard when you're kicking from the 25 and the 30-yard line.
Heck, I might have to tackle somebody eventually here.
Heaven forbid that happens. That's not in his contract, I don't believe.
Mike Faithful back at the quarterback, straight drop back. Throws near side, has a man there. It's going to be DeAndre Scott, and he drops the ball on the screen pass, and maybe a good thing he did right there because Alex Twine out of Quincy Orchard was ready to lay the wood down on him.
Absolutely. Very good throw, actually, by Faithful that time. Just mishandled by Colin Osborne. Very close to being lateral on that play.
Well, check that. Actually, it looked like it might have been caught, and DeAndre Scott just simply fell down. It's going to be a big loss. It's going to be almost 15 yards there. And I'll check that down. Okay, that's second down and 10. Look like the yard marker's back further. Faithful. Gets the pitch, going to come here to the near side. There's picked up on the bounce by the running back. Well, down on the ground. A bit of scramble for it. The Washington squad thinks they have it.
That's Keon Wright from Pikesville that time. Taking the pitch, dropped it, regained it, dropped it a second time. We'll see who comes up with it.
Looks like the Baltimore squad is going to retain possession.
Unbelievable. That's a tough pitch for a quarterback out of this wing tee. You get kind of jet motion here coming around from Keon that time, and you got to make a very quick pitch, and your back has to have very soft hands. And he bobbled it initially, was able to regain it, but then he put it back on the carpet once more.
That's going to make it a 3rd down and 9. They actually gave him a gain of 1 on the play. Faithful. Drop back, throws near side, a fade again, and this one is going to be nicely defended. Trying to get it out to Terrence Drews. Had a couple of big catches in this game.
That's DeAndre Smith on the coverage there once more from Wise High School. Great job on the coverage there, running stride for stride.
And so now will be 4th down. And Josh Rivera in punt formation. Dante Williams out of Eleanor Roosevelt back to receive. Snap, kick is away. It's going to be a wobbly spiral. Taken by DeAndre Smith. Coming here to the near side. Nice block to the 35-yard line. Down the sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds. Going to be a nice return. Woo!
That was a great wall set up by this Washington return team that time. I want to credit Dante Williams with that block back there. He's the first guy on that wall.
Yeah. And he was able to knock down rather forcibly number 11, Dimitri Dennis.
I'm sure Dennis still trying to figure out what really hit him.
Yeah.
Don't expect that in an all-star game.
The third quarter, 13:47 left. Here's Zachary Fetters. Gets the handoff on the run, and he'll slash forward about 4 yards down to the 49-yard line.
I think that was Zachary Uri from Parkside. Looks like leading the tackle there for the Baltimore team. He had a host of other defenders in on the tackle with him.
Well, it's going to make it a 2nd down. Again, 3 yards on the run. 2nd down to 7. Fetters in the shotgun now. 4 wides in the set. Drops back. Throws near side. And it's going to be dropped. And you see was the running back, Devontae Smith.
He's hit by number 27, Jordan Griffin, and loses the football. Incomplete 3rd down.
Yeah, Griffin made a nice job that time coming up on the tackle. Got there just shortly after the ball arrived and was able to jar it loose.
So big play here, 3rd down, 7, 13:09 left. And 10-7 to score. Washington squad leads. Fetters. A little bubble screen on the inside. Pass going to be caught down. It's the middle of the field to the 34-yard line. Number 80, Daniel Upson out of Watkins Mill.
He'll get more than he needed.
Great execution that time by this Washington team running the bubble screen for a nice game.
Gain of 17, 1st down, Washington.
Watch it again. They spread out the field. Going to be a handoff coming in their side. Then cutting back up against the green. That's not going to do anything as he cuts back Cavante Smith. Right to the arms. Bannister.
Yeah, Bannister had a little help by Daniel Yarborough as well from Calvert Hall. Great defensive play.
The 12-11 left, clock running. Here's Fetters. Back to pass, throws over the middle, and a bullet goes over the head of everybody. Looks like it was trying to get it to Irving Anumba.
Slightly overthrown that time by Fetters. It's a little hot.
3rd and long.
We've been complimenting Fetters on his touch all afternoon long. that was a touch too much right there.
Hey, what it shows you is that the young man is capable of throwing the football. Just has to know when to throw that bullet and when to throw that touch pass. And I'm sure he'll learn that in the very near future a little better as he matriculates up to the
Fetters again throws deep. Has a man there. Is going to be covered. Picked off. It was a good catch. Yes, it is. Baltimore's Curtis Pumphrey out of Athlon.
Intended for number 5, Brandon Phelps. Intercepted by number 23, Curtis Pumphrey.
That was a nice job by Pumphrey that time, just coming down with the ball, keeping his feet in bounds. It looked like actually 2 officials had different opinions, but one overruled the other and said, yeah, it was a catch.
Pumphrey's interception puts the ball with Baltimore 19. Another 1st down, Baltimore.
The field judge just questioned whether or not he had his feet in bounds.
Yeah.
But it was a great play nonetheless.
Well, it's not just the receivers making plays here this afternoon. 11:57 left. Here's Faithful over center. Waiting for a late addition. That's going to be Vieira coming in. There's a handoff. Nice hole up the middle. And it'll be about 5, make it 6 yards.
Mike Faithful hands it off to number 21, Dwayne Randall. Number 1, Dante Williams. Number 6, Jamal Merritt. Number 55, John Lynn in on the tackle.
Tell you what, this Washington defense is doing a great job pursuing to the ball. He had 3 or 4 tackles almost every play. They're getting to the ball, making sure that the gains aren't too plentiful here. Although that was a nice 7-yard run by the Baltimore team.
11:24 left now. Wide receivers to the far side of the field. Wing back near side. Faithful over center. And man goes in motion. And don't forget, no, Faithful on design run. He did this at Loyola and gets up for the first down. But Donnie, he did a good job of selling the handoff.
Well, yeah, good play action. What I expect to see the second half is these teams offensively settling down. You know, they've only practiced together for a week, so the first half of the game's over. They're starting to get that rhythm, and these guys are starting to get that flow back.
And it is kind of, funny watching these guys come together as a team. It usually takes about the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, because everything's timing and getting the players next to you. So these guys are doing a good job. They're all-stars, so they can figure that out pretty quickly.
There's Faithful again over center now. On the 1st and 10, ball sits at the 30-yard line of Baltimore. And a handoff on a counter. A nice move going to the outside. 35, Anthony Winter still on his feet. Gets up for the first down. Down to the 41-yard line.
Anthony Winter with the carry.
Offensive line did a good job there, Coach.
Absolutely, they did. Again, a little misdirection with this wing T offense. Fooled some of the defenders, however, didn't fool Dante Williams. John Lynn from the Landon School, both on the tackle over there.
And so Baltimore on this first down. Their opening drive of the half. Still in their territory at their own 42-yard line, Faithful. Near side, Terrence Drew is a wide receiver, and it's going to be a handoff going nowhere. That's Winter again.
Good play by the Washington defense.
Yeah, it looked like Faithful had some difficulty getting the handoff there to his back, and that exchange was not a pretty one.
That's actually Dwayne Randall on the carry.
Number 92, Tucci Coker. Number 93, Michael Robertson on the tackle for Washington.
Yeah, Roberts was there to make a great play. Just again with the difficulty in the handoff exchange, allowed those defensive linemen to get there to the ball pretty quickly.
Because a lot of folks looking at if they look at the score right now, they think it's been a defensive struggle. But the way these teams have been moving up and down the field, you think it might be 31-33 at the half. It's Faithful, empty backfield. Vieira goes in motion, gets the pitch, coming into the near side. A little bit of blocking, a whole lot of room. Crosses midfield, he gets smacked down at the 49-yard line. But not before he gets close to a first down, pops right back up.
I tell you what, Jacques from Flowers and number 6, Jamal Merritt from Sherwood, they both came up and lowered the boom.
It's number 6, Jamal Merritt, who comes on and finishes
That's the way you feel as a safety.
Yeah.
Got to come downhill and make a play.
Well, something tells me that Khalil Vieira, who is not the biggest guy, is listed at 5'7", 155. I think that's another generous printing there. He's used to getting hit because, you figure that the big guys are going to come after you. But he popped right back up, and he's in the game right now.
Absolutely. Well, again, that hit made by Jamal Merritt at 6 feet, 175, but he hit him that time as if he weighed about 200 pounds.
Vieira sets up as a wing back to the far side. Man comes in motion. This Winter's going to be handoff going straight up the middle, and 1 yard. That's all they needed for the first down. Said they may have gotten it. That was Quentin Easel out of Walkersville.
Seen Jock from Flowers on the stop there.
Baltimore.
But not until after the first down was reached.
And a 7:44 left to go in the third quarter. 10-7 is our score. Washington squad leads in this 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl. Nate Lewis along with the coach Kenny Lucas down at the Animal Wilkinson of the DC Divas downstairs, and the Baltimore squad on the move. Been holding his ball for about 4 minutes right now. There's Vieira on the counter, breaks one tackle, cuts up to the middle field, still he breaks a second and finally down. Going to get about maybe 5 yards on the run. Deeper into Washington territory.
And Andrew Bowles from Huntingtown came up to make the stop on that play. We talked about it being a nice afternoon, Nate. It was nice the early part of this ball game. We saw the sun shining, and looks like things are going to warm up a little bit. But since the sun has receded, and just a brisk afternoon.
Yep, it's the sun in the blanket right now. That's what it is.
Sun in the blanket.
Going to make it a 2nd down and 6 now for the Baltimore squad. Facing the 4-down lineman of the Washington squad is Faithful. Straight drop back. Steps. Has time. Throws deep. Has a man there, but he floated up. That's going to be caught. Down to the 10-yard line. Going in for a touchdown. Number 8, Colin Osborne. Another great catch as Osborne ripped it away from the defender, and he got free at the 15-yard line and went in for the TD.
Yeah, that was Alex Cole on the coverage that time, Nate, from Sherwood High School. He was in great position to make a play. However, the ball just landed in the hand of Colin Osborne, and he made the athletic play and took it away from him and ran into the end zone.
Well, Don, as a tight end, you understand that if the ball's not thrown perfectly, because Faithful really laid that up there, looked like it had just well been picked off, you got to want that ball a little more than the defender.
It did, and he ended up doing a great job going up for the ball, almost a little bit back shoulder. Coaches over here thought he had to push off to get that ball, but he just did a great job of coming up with the catch.
Rivera with the extra point attempt, and it is good. So the lead goes back to Baltimore. 14-10 is our score, 6:28 left to go in the third quarter.
Again, Nate, it comes down to athletes making plays.
Yep. And that'll be a 43-yard reception for a touchdown from number 8, Colin Osborne out of Glendick. Now, Osborne, who's listed as a running back, was a wide receiver on this play. But if you're an all-star, you're going to be diverse as a high school player.
Absolutely. It's just an athlete making a play there. He saw the ball come to him. He made a play and basically took it away from the defender. Again, Cole was in defense that time, and he was in great position. He just didn't come down with the ball, and that's something that as you progress up through the ranks, you put yourself in position to make plays. The better players will make those.
And you coaches put together drills just for that same sort of thing, right?
Absolutely, all the time.
Ball, yep.
It's easier said than done sometimes, and you coach young men up, and when it comes down to it, once they get onto the field, they actually have to go out and make the plays.
This is Madison Neto will be kicking off here for the Baltimore squad. He's the quarterback.
Madison Neto set to kick it off for Baltimore.
Should we say multi-talented?
Oh, yes. Speaking of which, kick us away is going to be short. Williams jumped over it. He's going to defer to his teammates. Going up the middle, has room. Still on his feet, breaks one tackle. Now he's going to be down in midfield. Will be number 10, DeAndre Smith.
Number 10, DeAndre Smith.
Well, Dante Williams ran up on like he was going to take it, and he saw he was going to hit the turf. He hurdled over it. Did a one-hand grab off the ground by DeAndre Smith and turned into a pretty decent return.
Great job of Smith just being patient and focusing on the ball, picking it up and making a good run. Credit Garrett Dolly from Fort Hill High School on the stop.
That'll be first 10 Washington squad at their own 49-yard line, 6:20 left. 3 wides go to the far side, 1 to the near. And your quarterback is Connor Frazier. Over the middle, throws, tip, up in the air, going to be caught. Coming down to the 10-yard line, to the 5, into the end zone, touchdown, Brandon Phelps. A ball that was tipped by the defender. Phelps with a good concentration, and just like that, the Washington squad takes the lead.
Yeah, it almost looked like Philip Roden got his hand on the ball out of long reach, but he just couldn't knock it down. Phelps did a great job in staying with it and came up with a nice score. That's how you bounce back if you're the Washington team.
This is turning into something like a backyard football. Go long or hit you.
Hey, that's what this game has really become, particularly when you start looking at teams running the spread offense. It's really pitch and catch.
Brando will try the extra point. Snap is down, and the kick is away. As we mentioned, no rush, and it's good. 17-14 is our score.
Lopez, I didn't get an opportunity to say it, but I wondered if Washington was going to exercise some patience and work their way back down the field. But so much for patience. Let's just score now.
Yep.
All of the jerseys look awesome from all vantage points here at the stadium. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Nightmare Graphics is the official.
Well, that's the kind of plays that you'll get out of your All-Stars.
Stop by their table located down near the main entrance.
And Don, I would imagine as well that we have got to give some props to these offensive lines because these quarterbacks are getting enough time to get the ball down the field like that.
Well, yeah, they sure are, and you can see the effect of them getting into rhythm and how great it looks. Phelps doing a good job to come up with that pass, but big plays starting off the second half.
17-14 to score.
Hey, give some credit to Frazier again, just being patient back there in the back.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Fetters in the backfield, being patient. Let his receiver get in the open, threw it out there, and gave him an opportunity to make a play.
So it'll be the Washington squad with 6:10 left to go in the third. 17-14 our score. Brand over the kick. And the kick is away. It's a line drive. This one goes long, taking Adrian Amos back. He gets in the 9-yard line. Goes to the outside. Turns and gets hit hard, dropped down to 27.
Adrian Amos with the return, a 9-yard return for Baltimore. Number 55, John Lynn, along with number 44, Jonathan Harris making the tackle.
Yeah, you had a host of defenders there making that stop on the kickoff return team. Led by Jonathan Harris and John Lynn. John Lynn's out of Landon School. Jonathan Harris is out of Forestville Military Academy.
It'll be fun to see what Coach Brian Van de Heusen does here.
O'Brien will come up with something. Trust me.
Tyler German's the quarterback. Drops back. In a heavy rush. Runs out of the pocket. Looks downfield. Throws. Has a man there with the catch. And it's going to be a nice recovery. It'll only end up being 3 yards, but could have been a whole lot worse as Gabriel Ali of the Baltimore Poly makes a catch, and it's going to be about 4 yards.
Yeah, QB Tyler German's in the game now for Queen Anne's. He did a great job buying a little bit extra time and ended up with a 3 or 4 yard completion. But you talked about Coach Van Dusen there and doing a great job with the River Hill High School program. I'm sure he'll come up with something here and get this offense down the field in a hurry. Because we do know River Hill did put some points on the board.
Yep.
And they can score.
So German sets up over center. 5:16 left to go in the third. Pitch coming into the near side. And getting hit once, twice, and leaning forward. Maybe get back to the line of scrimmage is number 33, Gabriel Aliel again.
And he was stopped very abruptly that time by Joel Ross out of Damascus High School. Cornerback, about 5'10", 170 pounds. Excellent job coming up out of secondary and making that stop.
And now we're down to 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Well, the Baltimore squad taking a long time getting the play in from the sideline.
No change of personnel going on.
So German sets up over center. Got 2 wides to the far side. Man comes in motion. German steps up and he steps down. He's going to get taken down by Giovanni Francois.
Let's give the assist to Darian Cooper that time from the Mather, but it was Francois again. He's been hard to block all evening long.
That brings up 4th down. Might be a significant stop there. And so Josh Rivera in punt formation is Dante Williams. Along with Gongbe back to receive.
If Francois did not have a highlight tape up to today, he certainly will have one after this afternoon's game.
It'll be a high spiral, wobbly spiral. Then running up on it, taking his Gongbe at the 45-yard line, then rolled out of bounds. We got a flag, a late flag going down.
Flag on the return.
Adrian Amos came from the backside there to make that stop.
That was Baltimore with the carry, actually, and then Amos brought him down, and Baltimore shaken up here at the 45-yard line of Baltimore. There's a flag now down back at the 25-yard line of Baltimore. The referees are all talking about it. You got to credit the referees here. I mean, other than the than the call on the kickoff, they've done a pretty good job, haven't they?
Absolutely. You know what? Those guys come out and work hard just like the players do every day. And I think we probably don't often enough give them the credit they deserve, because they come out here and this is truly an opportunity for these guys to come out as officials as well and show why they're some of the best, and they come out and referee in an all-star game. And, these guys do a good job maintaining the integrity of this game.
Well, I think I heard there was too many guys on the field.
You can't play with 12?
Nope.
It looks like Baltimore's okay. He got up off the ground. I think he was slightly shaken up on that play.
Up to the Baltimore 47-yard line. Washington takes over first and 10.
So Fetters sets up. Been having a pretty good afternoon here throwing, has Fetters. 4 targets in this set, and they're going to have movement on the near side. The number 51, Raymond Edlin out of Friendly.
Yeah, I think Fetters was trying to get his slot receiver to go in motion, not his offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Slight miscommunication going on there. I think Asin Jacques wasn't quite sure if that motion was for him or not.
Well, it makes it a first down and 15 now as the ball is in Washington territory. Fetters, there's a man in motion, fakes a handoff, he's going to run. Has room, cuts back up against the grain, and will be down after a gain of about 6. So after the penalty, that'll make it a second down and 9, or about 9.
Hey, Fetters had big Kelby Johnson leading him that time out of the math of 6'8", 285 pounds. Tiny, I think, is his nickname.
Yeah.
Did a great job pulling around the corner, leading Fetters down the field for a short gain.
There's Kelby Johnson, part of that unit that ended up being the WCAC runner-up. Snap Fetters. Hands off, Hannibal Robinson. He gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. Things broke down quickly there.
Yeah, great job by the defense pursuing the ball that time. Led by Brent Kluge. And also number 53, looks like Jones for that Baltimore team. Both making a good stop there.
Yeah, Marco Jones. 2:11 left to go in the third. 17-14 to score. Washington leads. Washington with the ball. Back to pass Fetters. Steps, throws over the middle, and almost picked off. Maybe getting a little overconfident there, Fetters.
Just a little bit. A little zealous, a little overzealous there, but DeAndre Scott did make a good play as well in stepping up and breaking that ball up.
And so now the Washington squad will be kicking it back to the Baltimore squad. It is Adrian Amos and DeAndre Scott back to receive. The kick of Michael Brandover.
Coach Wade down on the sideline having a conversation with Brandon Phelps, which that ball was thrown to last time.
Nice high spiraling kick. Amos takes it and will be down to 1 yard line. Let's see. Yep. Wow.
Not such a smart catch there.
That's DeAndre Scott, actually. Want to make sure that whether they make good plays or not, they get the right credit. What they teach you, coach, you got to keep your heels at the 10-yard line. Is that right?
On the 10. Don't go back. If there's any doubt on the 9 or 10, anything other than that, let it go over your head. Don't back up. Just makes good for offensive stats here. Had to be able to drive the ball 92 yards.
And hey, Don, I got to imagine as a former defensive player yourself right here, this is a chance for you to tee off, maybe get a safety.
Oh man, you're feeling blood here, and you want to get in there, get a sack, strip the ball, get a turnover, do something here.
Going to be German with a handoff going right up the middle. That'll get about 2 or 3 yards, a little bit of breathing room. Quentin Ezel.
We haven't talked very much about the offensive line on either side for either one of these teams this afternoon, but we should definitely credit both of these teams. Their offensive lines are doing a great job. You know, those guys don't often get the credit they deserve, but they are really what determine the game and dictate how successful these offenses are, whether it's running the ball or throwing the ball.
It's awfully hard for the quarterbacks to throw the ball on their backs.
That usually doesn't work very well.
Here's German. Sets up over center. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 with the ball sitting right about the 4-yard line of Baltimore. German on a design run. Goes to the outside. Turns the corner. Still on his feet. Darren Cooper catches up with him. Brings it down. Right about the 10.
Takes the ball over towards his sideline. Around the 10-yard line.
Great play fake that time by German for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Giving themselves just a little bit more breathing room here with the ball on the 10-yard line.
Six-yard gain for Baltimore. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Interesting to see the play call here with 3rd and a long 2. Ball in your own 10-yard line. What do you think here?
Well, you can move that ball up and down the field. German certainly shows the ability to have a good arm. I think right now you might just play it safe.
Yeah, Quentin Ezel has had a pretty good day running the ball in between the tackles. We'll see if they give it to him.
Ezel goes off of left tackle. He may have enough for the 1st down. That's playing it safe and getting the job done. Whistle blows, and looks like that might be it for the quarter.
We've got a young man down on the carpet as well.
With the carry, gets the ball up to the 15-yard line.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
The 3rd quarter comes to a close. 17-14 is our score here in this 2010 Maryland Crab Bowl. Nate Lewis, Kenny Lucas, along with Donnie the Animal Wilkerson as the Washington squad leads by 3 points. Well, I think if you're actually a college recruiter yourself or an armchair scout, you got to like what you saw here this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for today's game.
Talent on top of talent out here, Nate. And it's going to still prevail before this day is out. We still have one more long quarter to go, and we're going to see some more big plays.
And, of course, if this game doesn't tell you enough by itself here as well, if you just look at the landscape of college football, especially right now, I mean, again, the state of Maryland is very well represented amongst the college ranks.
Absolutely. We're seeing it year after year. The amount of talent that's coming out of this area, and I think college recruiters will continue to come back here. You know, games like this certainly help to showcase the talent.
Yep.
You know, so we're happy to be a part of it. Certainly, I think. But these young men are going to go off and I think do us all proud in the very near future.
And of course, look at the very next level here as well. I mean, I think at one point there were 25 active players on starting rosters in the National Football League. Then, of course, the school that obviously has one of the most known has 7. And that's the DeMatha Catholic High School.
Absolutely. Well, you know, DeMatha does a great job year in, year out, as we've seen, you know, putting quality players into the college ranks. And fortunately, they've gone to great programs and continue their success. That's the opportunity to play in the National Football League. Got a young man walking his way off the field here. Looks like Asim Jacques out of Flowers was shaken up on the previous play. He's getting some help off the field. Hopefully he'll be okay.
And knock on wood, that's the first and hopefully the only injury that we see in this All-Star game.
Yeah, you never like to see a young man get injured.
Yep.
All-Star game or not, you want the kids to be able to play the game, get through it, and get off the field safely.
1st and 10 for the Baltimore squad at their own 15-yard line now. German sets up over center. Man goes in motion, going to the far side. German back to pass. Looks, far side, throws, has a man there. Again in covers. Catch, and it's going to be out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Big play.
35-yard pass complete.
35 yards going to be the completion to Terrence Drew.
That'll put the ball right at midfield.
Boys had an afternoon, Eddie.
He really has. Done a great job just making plays on the football. Quarterback's giving him an opportunity to catch the ball. You know, he had great coverage there. I'd say great coverage anyway that time by Shelly White. He just couldn't make the play.
And White's going to come off the sideline now.
White's out of that Archbishop Spalding program over in Anne Arundel County playing in MIAA-B conference. However, they are moving up to the A conference next year to play the likes of Gilman and Mount St. Joe's and those caliber schools. So it should be make for a very interesting addition to that A conference. Coach Widows.
Just underway in the fourth quarter. Here's German again. Man comes in motion. Pitch coming into the near side. It's going to be an option pass. Going deep. Man is there at the 25-yard line. Is going to be caught and run down the sideline. And into the end zone. It's going to be number 8, Colin Osborne. Second touchdown of the day.
That was great execution that time by that Baltimore team. You had Brandon Bayer from North Hartford. They came back and gave the impression they were running that toss play they've been running all afternoon. He pulled it back and found his receiver down the field for an open touchdown.
Play goes 50 yards. Baltimore takes the lead now.
Just great execution that time. There was no one within 10 yards of him.
Right.
Until the ball got there.
Rivera on the try to extra point. Snap is down, kick is away. And it's good. 21 to 17 is our score. Well, Donna either they hurled it down the field. Of course, right here we saw the little trickeration work to perfectoration.
Well, yeah, you know, that little trickery works because you got such an aggressive defense. They're coming up on the run, playing that very aggressively, so running a little pass there was just a great play call.
You know, there's been a lot of players who were average to good running backs who found places on rosters being able to make plays like that.
Absolutely. Again, you got to credit Coach Van Dusen and his staff for putting that one in the playbook. And it's an all-star game, and typically you don't get the opportunity to have a lot of plays in, but for them to have that toss pass in, which is essentially what that was, I mean, let's credit them and credit them for calling at the opportune time. Put plays in like that, you're never sure when and if you'll have the opportunity to use them.
And now so much for your supposed defensive struggle right now.
Yeah, that's what all-star games are about. Score, and score some more.
Rivera tees it up at the 30-yard line. Three back to receive. In the middle, Dante Williams.
Josh Rivera set to kick it off for Baltimore.
And DeAndre Smith.
Well, we definitely have a ball game here. That's what these
Rivera
guys came to
with
see.
the kickoff. Smith calls for it, and he'll take it at the 15-yard line. Cuts it to the outside, up to the middle of the field, has room to midfield. One guy to beat, dips, and finally gets hit down and dropped. Down to the 40-yard line. He goes about 51 yards on that return.
I tell you what, you had a little battle back there for the kickoff return between Dante Williams and Sherrod Baltimore, and Williams came up with it, and rightfully so. Once he found that seam, he hit it pretty quickly and almost broke it.
And now we had another penalty here. It was a sideline infraction against the Washington squad.
They're not allowed to celebrate and cheer. Hey, you know, it's high school rules, and these officials, rightfully so, because it's really for their own safety, but they're really particular about the box and the sideline. You really have to give them that space because someone really could get hurt when they're required to run up and down the sideline of the field.
Can't fault them with that one. Now, coming late out of the locker room for an all-star game, okay, we can debate that one.
All right.
4 wides in the set. Fetters remains the quarterback. And the snap goes right to the head of one of the men in motion. Down on the ground is going to be taken by the Baltimore squad. Oh, what a freakish play. Going in motion here to the near side, Cavante Smith. The snap went right off of his head as it was supposed to go to Fetters.
Yeah, just missed timing there. Miscommunication on the snap count. And a very unfortunate play for this Washington team, putting the ball back in the hands of the Baltimore team.
Well, great opportunity now for the Baltimore squad. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen something close to that, but I mean, going right off the helmet.
You've seen it once or twice. You know, and that's the key. When you start integrating motion into your offense there, you really have to have your communications on par.
We have a new quarterback in the game, or in the quarterback is Madison Neto. He hands off, slashing it to the near side.
And Darian Cooper and Darian Harris, both out of DeMatha Catholic High School on that tackle that time. Think they planned that one, Nate?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That's what they work on in practice every day.
Yeah.
We'll meet at the ball carrier.
The DeMatha squad kept opponents to an average of 14 points a game. .13:08 left to go in regulation. 21-17. The Baltimore squad leads. Whistle blows. Flag is down. Delay a game. Going to go against Baltimore.
Well, surprisingly for an all-star game, that's not too bad. I think that's our first delay of game of the afternoon. That's pretty good.
We'll take one.
A lot of ball game left this afternoon.
And it looks like in this second half, I think both teams have scored on almost every possession. Because the exception with the last Washington possession there, turning the ball over. Back to pass Neto. In trouble, down he goes. Darian Cooper with the sack.
Darian Cooper finds his way to the quarterback and sacks Madison Neto.
That's Darian Cooper, 6'2", 275-pound Darian Cooper.
Yep.
Just a great charge off the ball there. Ran past the offensive lineman and made a great sack on the quarterback. That will get you in college.
Yeah. Cooper, another one of those guys whose mailbox stays full.
Coach Campbell does a great job with that DeMatha defense over there, making sure those guys play aggressive football every opportunity they get.
Now it's a 3rd down and 23. Neto. Got a little Statue of Liberty play. Going to the outside, breaking the tackle. Still on his feet. Crossing the 45-yard line. Is going to get about 10, 12 yards up and back. Could have been a whole lot worse as Dwayne Randall took the Statue of Liberty play from Neto.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Andre Bowes from Huntingtown coming up to make that stop, he might still be running up the field right now.
$15-yard gain for Baltimore. Josh Rivera on to punt for Baltimore.
That was going to be a 4th down. Rivera. Williams back with Smith. The receive, kick is away. It's going to be a short spiral. We'll take a Baltimore bounce and a roll toward the sideline. Now we'll come back inbounds to the 15-yard line.
The Buffalo rolls out to the 15. Completely stops.
11:31 left. The Washington squad takes over, trailing by 4, 21-17.
Their own 15-yard line. First down, Washington.
Baltimore attempted that Statue of Liberty play a little earlier, a little wraparound draw play. Not very successful the first attempt. Certainly a better opportunity. A larger gain on the most recent play.
So it's a 1st down and 10. Ball sits at the 15-yard line. It is Connor Frazier. Remains a quarterback, has a man to his left. And man comes in motion. Frazier rolling out near side. Looks, still looks, has a man open. Throw, sliding catch. Down to 27, make that the 28-yard line.
Complete to the 82, Laverne Jacobs.
Vern Jacobs, that's his second catch of the game.
Yeah, Laverne, again, out of that great Suitland program over in Prince George's County, just made a great reception that time. Good throw by Frazier. It's a matter of time. You wonder when Frazier's going to go back to a guy he looked to all year long in Brandon Phelps. I'm sure it's just a matter of time here. He'll come back and look for his guy.
4 wides in the set. It's going to be a first down and 10 at the Washington 27-yard line. Quick handoff. Going to the outside. Nothing doing there. That was Hannibal Robinson.
Russo Gonbe with the carry.
I'll check that. Gonbe with the carry.
Stopped by Marco Jones out of Boys Latin.
Tackled by number 26.
Also out of the MIAA. We've talked about that conference and some of the good things they do.
Of course, in the I-95 Kickoff Classic, a lot of folks got a pretty good look at how good that conference is. Frazier throws near side, knocked down. Going up high for it is Dimitri Dennis.
That was almost Dimitri Dennis with 6 points going the other way.
Yep.
Great job by that young man coming off the ball, finding the football, and knocking it down.
Well, big play here, 3rd down 11. For the Washington squad, 10-18. Left to go in regulation. 21-17 to score. Frazier, shotgun. Looks far side. Throws deep, has a man there. A lot of coverage and a lot of contact. And no flag down.
Pass intended for number 82, Oliver Jacobs.
Trying to get it to Jacobs, but
number 22, Philip Roden.
You're very close to being a pass interference that time by the Baltimore team. They might have gotten away with one there. Looks like that was Levante Jones out of Mount St. Joseph's on the coverage there. Might have gotten away with one.
And also like Jacobs early on got tied up with Philip Roden. Roden just did a good job of disrupting the pattern. Ran over in punt formation. So the Washington squad comes up empty on that possession. It's a 4th down 11. The ball sent to 26. Brandover will be kicking from his 12. Gets the kick away, low spiral. Coming in near side, going to be taken by Scott down on the ground. Hit immediately. Dante Williams comes up and lays him out down the 30-yard line. It'll be spotted at 34.
We've seen Dante Williams run the ball, but we also know now he can tackle as well.
Yep.
Just a young man with a lot of talent.
Dante Williams listed as a cornerback.
Another one of those great skill guys out of Eleanor Roosevelt over in Prince George's County. We saw the likes of Derek Williams and many others. They've put a ton of talent into college level, and they certainly have a few young men playing in the NFL as well.
So we're down to 10:03 left to go. Faithful counter. Coming in near side and nothing doing there. That's Brandon Bayer with the carry. Get maybe a yard on the play. I think I'll say no gain.
Nothing doing there because Coker was there from Largo. D lineman at 6'2", 232 pounds or so. Again, Largo High School, another Prince George's County school.
Yep.
Seems to be the theme of the afternoon. That's a very competitive Maryland Public School League over there in the Prince George's County area with Flowers and Largo and Wise, Bladensburg, Douglas. Those guys do a great job.
Well, here's Faithful here. He sets up over center. Wings either side. Osborne goes in motion, rolling out. Faithful looks, has a man downfield, throws a little late. It's been picked up! Picked off Baltimore. I mean, that's picked off Washington, but it's number 29, Sherrod Baltimore. Faithful took a little long on that pass. He had his receiver open, the tight end Ryan Caruso, but just a little late on the throw, and Baltimore able to close.
Happy birthday, Sherrod Baltimore. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time. He turned and found the football coming his way.
I'll tell you what, he did a great job of getting his feet in bounds right on the sideline. Just great concentration, and knowing exactly where that sideline is and coming down with that interception.
Well, Washington gets a big break with 9:05 left, 21-17 to score.
It's unfortunate for Faithful, too, because he had a guy wide open, just took a little long trying to get the ball to him.
Fetters tries to roll out far side, throws man there, is going to be caught and run out of bounds.
Zach Fetters completes the pass, number 33, Cavante Smith.
Cavante Smith with the catch. They get about 6, maybe 7 yards on the play.
Smith gets 6 yards before he
Smith was forced out of bounds that time by Lynn Worthington from the Gilman School. We called his names a few times this afternoon.
So quite a program there, Gilman. 21-17 to score. 4 wides in the set again. Fetters in the shotgun. Now he rolls out near side, stops, looks, throws, and has a man there. And a diving attempt. Getting his hands on it, but not coming up with the football. It's Daniel Upson out of Watkins Mill.
DeAndre Scott from Thomas Johnson on coverage on that play. Looked like he may have gotten his hands slightly on the ball as well.
Well, again, another big third down opportunity now for the Washington squad. And 2 short wide receivers, near side, far side. Fetters back to pass, third down, steps, throws, has a man there off of the shoulder pads. Trying to get it to Cavante Smith. Now it's 4th down.
Hey, Fetters did a great job staying in the pocket that time, trying to find a receiver, although he had 2 guys downfield. Just didn't quite have enough time to get to him. It looks like Najee Green from Glen Park was down the field with no one around him.
So Brand over in punt formation. And once again, Adrian Amos and DeAndre Scott back to receive. Getting the snap is Brandover. Nice high wobbly spiral. Going to take Amos way back to his 10-yard line. Whistle blows and he downed it. He downed at the 11-yard line.
Adrian Amos.
How?
As the ball is ruled down by knee contact.
You say he went down to a knee?
I think he came back up off of his knee before he possessed the football. Unfortunately, there's no instant replay here on the high school level, so we will not see that one again.
You can run the DVD back, but
yeah, I'm not so sure I agree with that call from the official that time. I think he saw him down on the knee. He saw him possess the ball. He just didn't mesh the two. Very unfortunate for that Baltimore team.
The Baltimore squad starts deep in their own territory at the 11-yard line.
Great punt by Brandover. Let's not forget that.
Yep. All right, Faithful in over center. Design run. Gets a block. Turns to the outside. Another block. And finally caught down from behind. To be down the 20-yard line. Close to a first down.
Yeah, let's credit Alex Twine from Quince Orchard up in the Gaithersburg area, Montgomery County on that tackle. Did a great job pursuing the football and making that play. Coach Dave Mincarini up there with the Quince Orchard. Do a great job with that program in Montgomery County Air Force year in and year out. I think they made it to the playoffs again this year and fell a little short. That program continues to do well every year.
Of course, the job Mike Faithful's done this year. Loyola, of course, making some noise in that MIAA. We saw him in the I-95 Classic give DeMatha all they can handle. Big run there, 2nd down and 2. The handoff to his fullback, going up the middle, nothing doing. Ball's down on the ground, scramble for it. Washington thinks they have it, and it's going to be down.
Loose pigskin and a follow-up, and plenty of hands pointing in favorable directions.
That's going to remain Baltimore ball. It's going to be a loss of about 4.
Hey, you mentioned Faithful and the job he did this year in MIAA. Unfortunately, I don't think he had a fully healthy year this season. And the games that he was healthy, he did some very good things. Unfortunately, he got injured periodically throughout the year and wasn't able to be on the field full-time basis. But that young man is going to certainly he's going to do some very good things for the college of his choice in the very near future. Coach Abbott will be sad to see him leave.
It was a third down, 5. Ball sits at their own 17 as the Baltimore squad. Faithful over center. Single back in the backfield. Straight drop back, throws near side, has a man there with the catch, looking to turn the corner. He's going to be close, way close, right about the 22-yard line. That's where the marker is. And they're going to mark it at 21. It's going to be just short, 4th down.
Yeah, credit Joel Ross that time out of Damascus High School, cornerback. On that stop, he's about 5'10", 170 pounds. Good one-on-one tackle.
Gets to about a yard shy.
So it's decision time for the Baltimore squad here. You're awfully deep in your territory here on a 4th down and 1.
Very interesting spot by the officials that time. The ball looked like it was much closer to the 1st down marker than where they're spotting it right now.
So 4th and 1, and looks like the Baltimore squad going for it. Well, 5:37 left. 21-17 to score. This could be a game decider, folks. Here we go. Faithful over center. Single back in the backfield. Vieira goes in motion. Long count. Ball down to the ground. He's able to pick it up, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage. Down he goes. Darren Harris came up to him and wrapped him up.
I don't think he got it, Nate.
Didn't get it, and the Washington squad takes over. Going to be 1st and 10 right about the 20-yard line of Baltimore.
That could prove to be a very big play. I'm not so sure you do that. I understand it's not your team, it's an all-star game, but there's a lot of time on the clock right now.
Yeah.
The way they've been moving the ball up and down the field, an all-star game, punt the ball away, let your defense make some plays and get the ball back, and try it out on your next possession.
And Donna, you and I had a chance to see Darren Harris make plays like that all season long.
Well, absolutely, Coach. And on the other side of that, he gets that 1st down. They keep driving the ball down the field. They think they can, run a lot of this clock off. So, made a decision. It didn't quite pay out for him.
Frazier in the shotgun. Washington takes over. Going to be a handoff. Looks like that's Robinson, and he gets stuffed.
It was number 62, number 43 for that Baltimore team. Zachary Uri from Parkside and Daniel McManus from Eastern Tech.
4 minutes, 53 seconds. Clock is running. We're in the 4th quarter. Another fabulous finish here in this Maryland Crab Bowl. And this time Frazier in the shotgun. 2nd down and 11 after the loss. Back to pass. Those near side. Man's there with the catch. Jacobs down to the 20. And that's only going to be a couple yards to the 18-yard line.
Number 82, Jacobs.
Philip Roden out of Long Beach High School on the top there. Coming up to make a nice stop.
Gain of 3 for Washington.
This Baltimore defense right now doing a good job of containing this Washington offense.
I think we've seen as this day has progressed, both of these teams are really starting to step the intensity up. They're starting to get a feel for one another a little bit better, and they're playing hard-nosed football.
Big play. Man goes in motion. Frazier in the shotgun. Straight drop back on the 3rd down and 8. Looks, throws. Has a man there with the catch. Eludes one tackler. Up on his feet. Down to the 10-yard line. Close to a 1st down. Looks like he may have gotten it.
Pass complete to number 26,
It's going to be very, very close to a 1st down.
Gongbe with the catch and carry. He had to elude 3 tacklers to do it. Well, they say he's just short. 4th down and 1.
Great effort by the young man.
It'll be 4th down and 1. Ball sits at the 12-yard line. What do you do here, Coach?
Play action. You know they're not going to do anything too crazy.
Looks like they're going Wildcat right now. And whistle blows and a timeout call because Frazier went out as a wide receiver. And it was Gongbe. He was, I guess he was going to be one of the quarterbacks there. They also brought in Bobby Rutland out of Georgetown Prep.
And that wouldn't have been a bad wrinkle there had they been able to pull it off without taking a timeout. I think they would have caught that defense by surprise and never know what could have happened.
21-17 our score, 3:26 left to go in regulation. Nate Lewis, Kenny Lucas, Donna the Animal Wilkerson with you here at Bulldog Stadium on the campus of Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland. We're so glad to bring you this 3rd annual Maryland Crab Bowl.
See our partner Donna is down there on the sideline, staying warm with a cup of hot chocolate.
Love that hot cocoa on a cold day.
Hot cocoa, cold day, hot football down there.
Well, you know, when you look at like going for it on 4th down here so close in your end zone, you have to wonder how much of that decision is because you're playing an all-star game versus being your team in the playoffs, you know, or in a championship game. You know, maybe he's going to be willing to take a few more risks than he would in the regular season or playoffs.
And you got great talent like this, you put it to use.
So they're going to stick with that Wildcat formation. It is Connor Crowell out of North Point. Now it's going to be coming into the near side, looking, turning, and down goes the running back short. Gongbe with the carry, and man, there was just a bunch of red shirts right on him. Now it depends on the spot. A lot does depend on the spot. Looks like the Washington squad's going to get a great spot.
I'm going to tell you, Nate, it looked like he got right to that 1st down marker, and he did get a good spot. That ball is right, it looks like, at the nose of the 1st down marker.
The 1st down marker, yeah, 1st down marker is at the 11-yard line. That's where the ball is right now. But judging from where the ball is, looks like he may have gotten it, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. I tell you what, you got to credit the Baltimore team, their defense. I'm sorry I didn't get the numbers because there was a host of them that came up, but they did a great job coming up making the stop. It'd be a shame if it doesn't happen for them. But at the same time, give this Washington team some credit and digging their heels in and possibly making a 1st down.
Oh, this is close. Looks like he may be short. It is just by the nose of the football. The Baltimore squad takes over with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
You're talking about a game of inches, huh?
Yep.
That's exactly what that play came down to.
And there's still time left in this one with 3:20, but not a whole lot.
Hey, Gongbe did a heck of a job trying to make a second effort, trying to get that 1st down there.
Yeah.
But again, that tenacious defense of the Baltimore team made a great play on that stop. You say this is a game of inches.
Yes, indeed. And Washington comes up short there. Still have a chance in this one. They're going to have to hold this Baltimore offense that have been able to move the ball quite efficiently and pretty much at will. So here's Faithful over center. Man comes in motion. Going to hand off, first back through, and trying to go off a right tackle. Nothing doing there. It'll be Quentin Ezell.
He had a host of defenders that time on that stop. Looked like they were led by Michael Roberts of Frederick Douglass High School. D tackle about 6'1", 275. Came out of his D tackle spot and made a great play.
We're down to 2:56. Give Ezell 1 yard on the play. Well, this is the kind of plays that whether you're on either side of the ball, the college coaches want to see. Here's Faithful. A little counter action. Looking to go to the outside. It's going to be a face mask. On the carry is going to be Anthony Winter, and it depends on what type of face mask. We're coming up, Giovanni, Francois. This one might go for a long way because he held on to that thing for a little bit.
Yeah, I think this has to be an intentional. He actually brought him down by his face mask, it appeared.
Yeah. It was shaping up to be a decent defensive series for the Washington team. But if you're Francois, I mean, I know it's hard to do because, you know, obviously you want to be aggressive and bring the man down, but, man, as soon as you feel that face mask, you got to get that hand out of there.
Absolutely. You have to let it go. But at the same time, by any means necessary.
Yeah.
You know, and when you look at it in the big scheme of things here, a 15-yard penalty where the ball is placed at this moment is not really critical. You know, if you can get your hand off the face mask and make it a 5 or none, heaven forbid, and obviously better. But in this situation, all is not lost.
The handoff, no, it's going to be Faithful running to the outside. Has a little bit of room, gets tripped up, drop gain of about 1. We're down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, credit Alex Twine from Quince Orchard on the stop with Francois in hot pursuit.
Well, Washington calls a timeout. It'll be their second charge timeout with 2 minutes left.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget.
So regardless of what happens in this Maryland Crab Bowl, as we mentioned at the top, all these guys out here are all-stars. They'll be in other tight games at the next level, no doubt. This is just a good practice run for them.
Yeah, and this is the beauty of this game here. You can sit and watch these young men playing their practically the last high school football game, and then in the next few years or so, we'll start to hear and see some of these names in the media. We'll see them, on television, and we gives us the opportunity to look back and say, hey, I remember when he played in the Crab Bowl, 2010.
It's certainly been a memorable event for everyone involved. Attendance here, 2,600 plus. They were treated to some really good high school level football. And you know what? It's not over yet. Still got a little more drama here. 2nd down and 8 for the Baltimore squad. Favel comes up over center. Double wings again. Man comes in motion near side. It'll be a handoff. Ezell. Nice hole up the middle. Taking on tacklers. Still on his feet. Not for the first down and more. Down to the 45-yard line.
Nice run by Ezell. Going to be stopped by Coker from Largo High School. Coker hadn't gotten there.
Yep.
I'm afraid Ezell might still be running. Nothing but green in the goal line in front of him.
Well, Ezell, that quintessential power back that every program has to have. Well, every program would love to have.
6 feet 235. I take him.
Yep.
That's just a tough downhill run.
128 left. Faithful sets up over center. Trying to give Baltimore their first win, and again, Ezell straight up the middle. They open up huge holes on that offensive line right now.
That offensive line is doing their job right now, just paving the way.
And Donna, in a game that has been filled with high-flying antics right here, how apropos that the Baltimore squad is going to try to win this one with a power game.
Yeah, and Coach Van Dusen did mention at halftime that he's got a lot of running backs in the stable, trying to get these guys in, give them an opportunity to touch the ball because he's got a lot of guys that can make plays.
Well, Washington calls their final timeout with 1:12 left. Certainly one of the great things about an event like this, for so many years we've seen it in basketball where you're able to get teams of all-stars that represent regions. And, there's a lot of pride, and that's part of the reason why we've seen such a good game here this afternoon, Coach. And I think we got, this Maryland Crab Bowl folks, they got something going here.
Oh, absolutely. Of course, these guys, they're all friends. That's what it comes down to. These guys hang out with one another on the weekends and what have you. So, it does become a matter of pride, and especially when it comes down to a close ball game. Fourth quarter, you got a minute or so left in this ball game. These guys are out here for blood right now.
Yeah.
They want to win. They could say it's a friendly game, but they certainly want to win.
So here we go. 2nd down and 4, 1:12 left to go. Faithful comes up over center. Ball sends to the 49-yard line of Baltimore. Baltimore with the ball. Faithful hands off again. Ezell. This time he's caught in the line of scrimmage. Down he goes. Is Francois again, along with Darian Cooper.
Those two names we've called quite a bit this afternoon.
Yeah.
Those young men are having a great afternoon playing. Again, if they don't have a highlight tape up to this point, they certainly can make one from today's game.
Well, stick around, folks. We'll have some bonus post-game coverage here. Donna will be down on the field talking with a participant or two in the game. .39 seconds left, and if you're the Baltimore squad, maybe one more play. On the 3rd down and about 4. Osborne goes in motion. Ezell on the counter, on his feet, taking tackles with him. Stays up, going forward. He may have enough of the first down. As the Washington squad's going for the football. It's a play that took a long time. Looked like a big old rugby scrum out there. And that was fun to watch.
That's what a big power back will do for you.
Yep. Well, Baltimore with the first down, 14 seconds left. Maybe kneel down time here, or if they even get the play off.
I think they're going to let the clock just wind down here.
So the Baltimore squad will claim their first win in this series in the 3rd annual Maryland Crab Bowl. That'll do it for us here from Bowie State University's Bulldog Stadium. Baltimore squad wins this one 21-17.